Hi everyone, it's Rax. A lot of us have been playing Last Epoch for a few weeks or so, and we've probably discovered that one of the most fun things is to make other classes. And some people dread going through the campaign again, but there is something that you can do which will make it 100 times more fun and actually probably make you enjoy it. So there is a common term in these games called twink items, which is a god tier item that you can use at a very low level. And as you go through and you collect all of these different uniques, if you've seen some of my other videos, I always recommend just save practically every unique that you find. So I got pages and pages and pages of these. You can make the most insane character ever, where actually running through the campaign on any new character that you're leveling up will be a ton of fun. So how exactly would we do this? The idea here is we're going to take very low level uniques that do anything for us, and then we're going to slam an extremely powerful exalted item into them. So here is the interesting thing to understand. So the exalted items are going to have super powerful T7 affixes, right? And the required level of the exalt is going to be like 70 or 80 or something, right? But the unique is going to have little baby stats, and it's going to be like required level 4, because that's the whole point, to put the unique on right away. When we combine them, the exalt with required level 80 and the unique with required level 4, it keeps the required level of the unique. So you can take a very garbage legendary or a very garbage unique and absorb an insanely powerful exalt into it, into an item that will just annihilate the entire game for you. So the main thing that I would advise you to think about when you're looking for, when you're thinking about making a build, is this little beauty right here, Fire Starter's Torch. It is completely possible to find this with 3LP, 4LP. This weapon will delete the entire game for you effortlessly. And it's all about chance to inflict spreading flames on hit. Think about just putting a little fire dot on something, and it just kills them instantly, and then it just spreads to all the other enemies, and then it kills all of them too. It is so overpowered, I can't even explain to you. It's so fun to use. So it doesn't even have a required level. You can put it on right in the beginning. So then you would just go through all the other uniques, the rings, the body armors, the belts, and you'd find a nice little combination that synergizes, and you'd figure out your whole build from there. And as you might have guessed, I already did all that for you. So here we are. All of these uniques here are little baby items. Okay, it says, I don't know why it says requires level 80. I guess it's because it absorbed the exalt, but it doesn't require level 80. This requires like level 4. I mean, let me prove it to you. I don't know why it's saying that we need to fix this. This is required level 12. This is required level 0. That is supposed to be 36. This is required level 0. So we need to update this on the planner. I don't know why it says required level 80. It doesn't. But anyway, the entire idea here is to build massive damage with that spreading flame to get as much movement speed as possible, cap our resistances, and then from there just build health. Build so much health that nothing can possibly kill you. That means you will run at the speed of light. You need to use something that hits. So for example, I don't think minions can apply these spreading flames for you. So you can play any class, any leveling build that you want, as long as it does a hit. And that should be almost everything in the game, and you will just delete everything. Again, you don't have to have 4 legendary potential on every item, but these items are very common to get at minimum 2 LP. 3 LP is very easy, and 4 LP is actually possible on these items. So let me just go over them real quick. The Fire Starter's Torch is all about fire damage and damage over time with the spreading flames. So fire damage, damage over time, the fire pen, ignite, anything like that. This is the weapon that you want. Prism wraps are very nice because they give you less elemental damage taken. You do more elemental damage, which would be fire, cold, and lightning. You're going to leech some of it. That's fine. And then we're going to take, in general, when you can't take something directly for the damage over time or the fire, take something that's generically useful for every class. Because one of the most annoying things that I see is a lot of people try to build multiple different twink sets. Here's a melee one, here's a spell one, here's a minion one. I don't want to do that. That sounds like a lot of work. I want one build that'll work for all five that'll just get me into the end game. So I take things like vitality instead of dex or int, because vitality will help everybody. Having a higher mana pool will let you use the skill that you want to use. So that's my logic here, is stuff that's universally good. Calamity just has 80% increased fire damage. So we're just going to do way more damage. You see the mana and the Vite coming here again with the increased health. The Claw is going to give us 50 health. I mean, it's just as simple as that. These are little baby uniques. Damage over time, elemental damage over time, health and health. It's going to help us here. You could take a catalyst if you want. I'm just going to take a big old shield that we can wear right in the beginning. It's going to give us some block and block effectiveness. We can just run through all the zones. Take the movement speed whenever you can possibly get it. So we'll take the movement speed here, block chance, the health, and the all resist is a godly roll here. 30 all resist as you go through the campaign is amazing. Okay, here we've got the belt, got bleed on hit. That's okay. All damages over time are good in the campaign, and it has movement speed on the belt. That's what we love about it. Fire damage and the damage over time. Let me see something here. It might actually be better if we can we get damage over time on the belt? No, we can't. Okay, so that's why we took the fire damage. Okay, just double checking there. Okay, but we got the double damage, the double health, you understand by now. On the rings, we have the movement speed implicit on this unique, and then we have 10% movement speed also on the affix. So you can see with having two of these rings, where here we're picking up some of our resistances with the damages over time. You can see here that our movement speed is 112% on this character. And at level 10, we're going to have 2,759 health. That might be more health than some of your endgame characters, which is hilarious. And then the cutest part, if you go to the damage over time under fire, we have 2,000% damage to the spreading flames. And the spreading flame just naturally in the campaign hits so hard. So when we put a 2,000% multiplier on it, it's funny just to watch the world burn. Another cute thing is if you can get a hit on your movement skill, like maybe your skill lunges forward and lands and does some damage, if that counts as a hit, it can spread the spreading flames. So then maybe you can actually just leapfrog forward through the whole game and just delete it all. Same idea here on the gloves. We're just taking any low-level thing that will help us. It's got health. It's got dodge rating. We like that. Mana, damage over time, health, and increased health. Let me just make 100% sure. Is there no other damage over time that we can do here? Is there elemental damage? Okay, it doesn't look like it. And there's no fire damage, right? Okay, so this is looking good. Let's go back. Let's go to the boots. On these boots, they have 9% movement implicit. They have 20% movement on the actual item, and then you can slam T7 movement for 59% movement speed on these boots. You're going to be zooming. You're never going to have so much fun going through a campaign. Then we're going all health from there. And then finally, just any old relic. This is good because elemental damage is leech this health, and it gives us a chance to apply Ignite, which is going to do insane damage on top of our spreading flames. Damage, poison resist, because our poison resist was so low in health. Don't worry too much about the rolls here. You can absolutely use this planner and try to copy it exactly to just be the ultimate terminator of death, but it doesn't need to be exactly. If you have 2 LP on everything, or just 3 LP, if you don't have a perfect exalt to slam into it, but 3 out of the 4 of the stats are pretty useful. As long as you can get even half of what is in this planner, you can throw these items on a character at I think you can fully equip everything by level 12, but you have most of it equipped by level 8. And then you will just host and delete the whole game, and this should work for every class, no problem. That's it, guys. That's the whole video. All I wanted to do was put this together, something for you to eyeball and something for you to build. You run at the speed of light, burn everything down with fire damage. Your resistances are nearly capped. You don't need capped resistances for the campaign, but you almost have capped. 112 movement speed. It's over for the monsters. Thank you.